Man confronts Tucker Carlson in Montana fishing store, saying, "You are the worst human being." A shocking viral video where Tucker Carlson is attacked by a complete stranger goes viral online. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on the internet, Tucker Carlson is recently trending on Twitter. Now, we need to talk about this because guess what? Some friendly people on the internet did a little digging, and it turns out there may be more to this story than meets the eye. The guy who attacked Tucker Carlson might be a Fed. That's right, CIA. But we're going to talk about all of that and more. Before we do, smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for updates for more content, and if you like these kinds of videos, please share this video, post it to your family and friends on Facebook and all that good stuff. And now, a quick word from our sponsor. Introducing Voivod, Book 4. This is the true account of the forgotten hero Vlad the Impaler and his final battle against the Ottoman Empire. It's bloody, inspirational, and not politically correct. Read the true story of Vlad the Impaler and learn the real story of one of history's most elusive figures. Get the final book of this series by clicking on the link down below. And we're back. So, let's talk about Tucker Carlson being attacked. Now, here on the independent.co.uk, quote, "What you have done to people's family and everybody else, says man in Montana fishing store to Fox News, Tucker Carlson." So you can see a picture here of the confrontation between the two individuals. So the two have a confrontation where the man on the right, dressed in fishing gear, attacks Tucker Carlson, accusing him of being the worst human on the planet and causing many people to get sick and basically perish. Posted this on Instagram, and actually this was his big mistake because using this post, we were able to dig up this guy's history and found out that he's actually probably working for the CIA. And I think I know why, folks. I think I've cracked the code. But let's read what he said. Here you can see on Instagram, Dan Bailey MT says, "It's not every day that you get to tell someone they are the worst person in the world and really mean it. What an a-hole," he says. "This man has killed more people with vaccine misinfo. He has supported racism. He is a fascist and does more to rip this country apart than anyone who calls themselves an American." And then he has a bunch of these horrible hashtags saying democracy will prevail, Trump laws, stay out of Montana. This is all comical because it's clear this guy is simply showboating, creating a propaganda piece that has gone viral on Twitter. Like, all these left-wingers are talking about it, all these Democrats are retweeting it, acting like it was such a big deal. And I'm like, first of all, the interaction isn't really that intense. The guy kind of just comes up to Tucker Carlson's face and is like, "You are the worst human being in the world." And basically, is crying and whining like a little baby. But I actually believe that Tucker Carlson was assaulted by this man. Contrary to popular belief, assault doesn't necessarily mean that you physically put your hands on somebody. This guy got up in Tucker Carlson's face in front of his daughter and hurled abuse at him. At the very least, this was harassment. If I were Tucker Carlson, I would press charges and I would put this guy in jail. Here on the Daily Mail, the story says, "A man has recorded the moment he confronted Tucker Carlson at a fishing supply stores in Montana and called him, quote, the worst human being ever, about the Fox News host's stance on COVID vaccines." Dan Bailey had someone film the interaction at the store in the city of Livingston and shared it on Instagram. See, there it is right there. Why do you plan this encounter? If this guy really cared about Tucker Carlson and thought he was a bad guy, he would simply go up to him and say it.
Known to mankind. I want you to know that we have done to this state, to the United States, to everything else in this world.
And in the video, like, they're basically whispering to each other. You would think that if he was angry, he would be like, "You're the worst human being in the world. I'm yelling to the top of my lungs." Right? And they wouldn't care about being filmed. But no, he gave someone a camera, like a little pansy, and then he went up to Tucker Carlson. That, my friends, is a stunt. it gets more interesting, folks. Check out what it says here. Bailey has a wide smirk while Carlson appears more withdrawn and whispers, quote, "My daughter is here." To which Bailey says, quote, "I don't care, man. You are the worst human being known to man. I want you to know that." Yeah, that's harassment, in my opinion. Tucker Carlson should press charges. I would. In response, Carlson says, quote, "I appreciate that. I appreciate that." Yeah, he obviously wasn't threatened and didn't take it seriously. He was like, dude, I'm out with my daughter. You're coming up to me pulling this stunt. In a very polite way, told him to go away. If it was me, let's not get into that, folks. I would certainly make my voice known if this were to happen and probably embarrass the guy. But let's talk about Dan Bailey. Who is Dan Bailey? Well, let's find out. Here on Twitter, a Twitter user named JLaw says, okay, this is kinda odd. This is the user, I believe, who discovered that the guy who attacked Tucker Carlson in this political stunt may actually be working for the CIA. Or at least working for the feds. Connection is there. Let's see here. So this is what the guy did. He saw the tweet by Occupy Democrats saying, "A fly fishing guy just confronted Tucker Carlson to his face, telling him, 'You're the worst being known to mankind, blah, blah, blah. Let's make this go viral.'" Okay, so he saw this post on Twitter, and then he went to Instagram. Then he found his Instagram account, Dan Bailey. And then he found his personal job description. On the internet, here it says, Dan Bailey, board member. Dan began his work in Mongolia during the summer of 2007 as a river ecologist working on the Asian Foundation Securing Our Future project. Now, this guy did a little bit of digging, and he looked up this project, and what he discovered was that this project was funded by the Central Intelligence Agency, as you can see in the following screenshot. Here, a Twitter user named Redetti replies, LOL, nothing like the CIA funding my tax dollars on a pet project of a fisherman in Mongolia. Can't make this up. Goodness, who is watching and leading the CIA and FBI? Yeah, this whole thing is absolutely glowing and is very fishy. No pun intended. Okay, maybe a little bit of pun. But this really goes to show you that this is probably just staged. J-Law says, why does everything feel staged? Was it always this way? Yup, sadly, things like this happen all the time. But why would the feds encourage a guy to attack Tucker Carlson and essentially create a piece of propaganda? Because they're claiming that Tucker Carlson is at fault for all the people not getting vaccinations, but that is not true. Tucker Carlson is simply informed, and he tells people they need to talk to their doctors, make their own medical decisions, and that we should not ignore people having adverse reactions to certain medications, like a vaccine. But why would the feds do this anyway? Wasn't it Tucker Carlson who recently exposed the NSA for spying on his show and trying to get him taken off air? This may be retaliation. Here on the New York Post, is this the smoking gun? Tucker Carlson's unmasking claim confirmed by NSA investigators report. So, Tucker Carlson recently came out and exposed government federal agencies, these three-letter agencies, for spying on Tucker Carlson, spying on his texts. He was given insider info by someone who knew about the spying, and then he talked about it on a show. This enraged the NSA and the CIA and the FBI. They were so mad that Tucker Carlson exposed them spying on an American citizen. So what did they do? Perhaps they retaliated with this Fed guy, or this guy with CIA connections. And they said, hey, go make Tucker Carlson look bad. I think that's what happened, in my opinion. Of course, it could just be some crazy woke Democrat. But, let's read here. The National Security Agency has quietly admitted that the identity of Fox News primetime host Tucker Carlson was unmasked and leaked, as he alleged earlier this month, according to a report. Quote, for the NSA to unmask Tucker Carlson or any other journalist attempting to secure a newsworthy interview is entirely unacceptable and raises serious questions about their activities as well as their original denial, which is very misleading. A Fox News spokesperson told The Record, a cybersecurity news site. So this whole thing started when Tucker Carlson was just trying to get an interview with Putin, something that other news sites have done. But when Tucker Carlson tries to get his interview, all of a sudden the NSA was spying on him, reading his emails. Basically all the stuff that we were warned about by whistleblowers. Well, they got caught, and they denied it all. They lied. They lied to us. Anyways, folks, that's pretty much the story. It's hilarious to me that now, thanks to the internet, we're able to find out these things better than ever before. Because it really doesn't matter whether this guy was a Fed or not. At the end of the day, this was propaganda. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? Let me know down below in the comment section. As always, support the channel by joining me on Patreon or Subscribestar. You can do so through DonorBox or with crypto. Links and addresses are down below in the description. Please share the video and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.